What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here. In this one, we're going to be talking about George Helow, Michigan's linebacker coach, as he parts ways with Michigan, and also what this means for Michigan. And we're also going to talk about where Michigan stands in the rankings heading into the 2023 season, as they are returning the 5th most returning production in college football. It's all going to be in this video, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so George Helow officially parts ways with Michigan. We were all kind of expecting this to happen after Michigan and Jim Harbaugh hired Chris Partridge to the staff. When Chris Partridge was officially coming back to Michigan's coaching staff, I did mention that George Helow may be a coach that leaves Michigan, and today it seems that that was true, as he is officially part ways with Michigan. Now, Michigan already does have a replacement. Chris Partridge will be the linebackers coach. We'll talk a little bit more about him later in the video. But many people are probably wondering why George Helow did want to leave Michigan. Well, first of all, Bruce Feldman came out with it on Thursday afternoon announcing Helow will be moving on. He posted it in a tweet saying Michigan and Wolverines linebacker coach George Helow have mutually agreed to part ways to pursue other opportunities. He also went on to say Helow, who arrived in 2021, helped Michigan rank in the top 15 in yards per play both years, and developed Junior Colson into freshman All-American and an All-Big Ten linebacker. There's no doubt he was a very good linebacker. However, he will be moving on now, and it just seems like he wants to be coaching elsewhere, and that's perfectly fine. Michigan obviously has a replacement already, Chris Partridge. He spent 2 years here at Michigan, George Helow did, and he helped Michigan to a top 20 ranking in total defense and scoring defense. He also had linebackers Josh Ross, who picked up 3rd team All-Big Ten honors. Also under George Helow, Josh Ross set career highs in tackles and tackles for loss. And also this past season, George Helow did a very good job. Despite not having Nikhai Hill-Green, Michigan linebackers Junior Colson, Michael Barrett, and others did a solid job this season. And I know some of you guys out there are wondering, what about recruiting? Well, what I can tell you guys is, again, Michigan is getting Chris Partridge, and Chris Partridge was definitely known for his good recruiting here at Michigan. And before going to Ole Miss in 2020, he was actually here at Michigan. Started working there at Michigan in 2015 through 2019 before leaving in 2020 to go to Ole Miss. But while here, he was Michigan's director of player personnel, and then he coached safeties, and then he coached linebackers. He also coached special teams at Michigan before going to Ole Miss. At Ole Miss, he was the co-defensive coordinator and safeties coach for 3 seasons, and now he's coming back to Michigan and will probably most likely be coaching linebackers. While Chris Partridge was here at Michigan, 7 Michigan defenders earned 9 All-Big Ten accolades, including 2 first-team honors. He also helped Jabril Peppers have a fantastic 2016 season, winning multiple awards, including the Big Ten's Defensive Player of the Year, the Buckus Fitzgerald Linebacker of the Year award, and others. And he also finished 5th in Heisman Trophy voting. So yes, Chris Partridge was a great linebackers coach here at Michigan, and whatever position he was in, he has done well. But also his recruiting. He helped reel in 5-star defensive lineman Rashawn Gary, helped reel in 5-star defensive back Daxton Hill, 5-star defensive lineman Aubrey Solomon, 5-star defensive lineman Christopher Hitton, 4-star offensive lineman Cesar Ruiz, and also others like 4 stars cornerback Ambry Thomas, offensive lineman Trente Jones, linebacker Cameron McGrone, linebacker Josh Ross, safety Makari Page, safety RJ Moten, safety Brad Hawkins, and 4-star edge David Ojabo, and others. So I'm sure a lot of those names sound very familiar with you guys if you're a Michigan fan. So there's no doubt Chris Partridge is going to fill right in with this coaching staff and also help reel in more talented recruits here at Michigan. So George Helow out, Chris Partridge back in, as it seems he will be the linebackers coach here at Michigan now that George Helow is moving on. Again, we did expect that when Chris Partridge came onto the staff as somebody had to move on, either that or somebody had to move to be an analyst. So with that news, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about that. Also, if you guys are still watching the video, if you guys aren't subscribed yet, make sure you guys go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Also, leave a like on the video. Let's go ahead and try to get this video to 300 likes. So go ahead, smash that like button. I greatly appreciate it. It helps grow the channel. But I also want to talk about in this video where Michigan stands and where they rank heading into the 2023 season compared to other teams. Obviously, Michigan is going to be running it back. Michigan's obviously returning running back Blake Corum, offensive lineman Trevor Keegan, Zach Zinter, Chris Jenkins is coming back, Junior Colson, Mike Samerstill, Michael Barrett, Cornelius Johnson, and many others who have decided to forego the NFL draft and remain here at Michigan. And with that, according to ESPN.com, Michigan brings back 81% of its production from last season, which is the 5th most in the FBS. That is right, the Michigan Wolverines, who was a top 4 team, made it to the college football playoffs, won the Big Ten. They are bringing back 81% of its production. That is absolutely incredible. On the offensive side, they're bringing in 84% of their offensive production and 78% of their defensive production. So who is ahead of Michigan? Well, first of all, teams like Ohio State, Georgia, TCU, who made the college football playoffs, they are way below Michigan. Florida State comes in at number 1. Next to them at number 2 is Kansas. Then number 3, FAU, number 4, Wyoming, and then Michigan at number 5. And then in the Big Ten, Rutgers comes in at 2nd at number 23. So there is a huge gap there. And again, from the teams that made the college football playoffs, Michigan, again, number 5, bringing back 81% of its production. And then Ohio State with 48th. They're ranked 48th. Bringing in production from last season. And then Georgia ranks 80th and TCU 118th. That is truly incredible for Michigan to bring back so much production. Not to mention, Michigan football is ranked number 3 of ESPN's released projections, which was released this week. They are behind Georgia and Ohio State. To me personally, I don't think we can put Ohio State above Michigan anymore. That's just me. Let me know what you guys think. But I think Michigan should definitely be at the number 2 spot instead of Ohio State. So Michigan has high hopes for the 2023 season. Again, they are returning 81% of their production from last season, the 5th most in the nation. They got high hopes next season. The team should be a lot better, and they already were really good last season. Michigan also returned their starting quarterback out of J.J. McCarthy, while others in the Big Ten, Ohio State, Penn State, they will both be starting new quarterbacks, and teams like Georgia and TCU will also be starting new quarterbacks. So Michigan, I think, has an advantage next season. We'll see how they use it and how they do. But with that is going to wrap up today's video. Obviously, the bigger news is George Helow leaving Michigan. Chris Partridge should be filling in the linebackers coach position. Hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you guys found it informative, go ahead, drop a like. Also, subscribe for more if you are new. I greatly appreciate it. And other than that, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We will see you guys in the next video. Peace.